Hey everyone, just a quick couple of updates while I'm editing this video you're about to watch. First, I wanted to talk about the series on the rides. I've been doing it, as I mentioned before, because I am relocating out of Southern California and may never get to ride these roads again, and they are some pretty spectacular riding. Lately, I haven't been riding much, and as such, I'm not putting miles on the bikes, and therefore there's not a lot of maintenance to do. So I tried to get a lot of riding in, but then COVID, and then we had all these wildfires, and a lot of the roads are closed, and the areas I love to ride are burning or burnt and still closed. So it's been kind of a rough go here. Well, I am moving across country probably sometime next year, beginning of the year, and I'd like to know where to go ride, in the Pennsylvania, Virginia, Carolinas, that East Coast sort of areas, maybe, in the South, Tennessee, wherever. Also, I'm just curious where you guys ride all over the world, because there's some phenomenal riding no matter where you go. And put that in the comments, because I'm interested in learning that. I do read all of them, and I'm sure everybody else is interested as well. So that's number one. Number two, which is somewhat related to comments, which is, I guess we have just reached 1,000 subscribers on the channel, so thank you so much. And as you know, or may not know, YouTube is, really, their algorithms and whatnot keep changing, and now I guess they really love comments. So please like, subscribe, and comment. That will help the channel out and keep me motivated to do more. I guess that's about it. So enough of that. So let's get riding. On with the video. Today we're going to be riding Angeles Crest Highway, locally known as the Crest. It's one of the prettiest highways in Southern California, twisting and climbing through the San Gabriel Mountains National Monument and the Angeles National Forest for about 62 miles, starting in La Cañada, which is just above Pasadena, to State Highway 138 to the east, where you'll find some of the local ski areas. Like I mentioned, we'll start in La Cañada, head north, but we'll only get as far as Angeles Forest Highway, because right at that intersection they've closed Angeles Crest because of the fires. More about that a little bit later. The two roads have a pretty good elevation change. Angeles Crest starts at around 1,365 feet and goes to 3,860 feet. And Angeles Forest has a range between 2725 and almost 5,000 feet. We'll start off in La Cañada at a gas station right at the bottom of Angeles Crest Highway and depart from there. a lot of turn-offs for viewing areas all along the road. Recommend you take advantage of it. Some really pretty scenery along the way. I would not recommend the crest for the beginner riders. It's at least intermediate, probably advanced canyon carving road. If you're familiar with ski and ski maps, it's a black diamond run for sure. It should be noted that this bottom section is probably the easy section, in my opinion, of the crest. The northern section, or the eastern section, where it's closed, is very technical and not to be taken lightly. Even though in Southern California you can ride all year round, you need to be careful on the crest because it will get ice and snow, and that is treacherous. This is such a fun road to ride. As you can see, you're in turns about 90% of the time, and for this reason, plus lots of blind corners, falling rock debris, oncoming cars that are taking part of your lane, any errors on your part is likely to cause death, and others certainly make this a road suited to an experienced canyon rider. As I mentioned, the trickiest and most lethal sections are within the fire area, and I'll show you that when it reopens. But just Google, motorcycles die on ACH and Angeles Crest Highway and Angeles Forest Highway. There's a ton of them. Yeah, so the fires. This was the what's called the Bobcat Fire out here. Here at the intersection of Angeles Crest and Angeles Forest. I back out and overlay the fire map. You can see Angeles Crest, the red line, is closed. And that's the whole fire area. I'm not sure exactly what date this was in effect, but you can see if you back out, it's a large section. It covers the entire mountain and north to south. So unfortunately, we can't go any further, and I'll keep tracks as to when, or keep tabs of when I can go there. I'll be burned out, but we'll check it out. So we'll head down to Angeles Forest. It's a great ride. It's a great road. We will not be disappointed. A little bit about Angeles Forest Highway. It runs from the crest, Angeles Crest Highway, in the mountains, up north to the city of Palmdale in the Antelope Valley. That's also known as the Mojave Desert. It's about around 25 miles of very well-maintained two-lane road. It's got a great variety of sweepers, lots of tight twisties. The camber on the turns are great for riding. There's some really nice views from this road. You need to pull off and take a look, otherwise you go over the edge and die. So just looking out here, it's really nice to the north. It's really pretty. Coming up on Big Tujunga Canyon, and I made another video where I rode Angeles Forest from the north to Big Tujunga and went down that. I also went down Big Tujunga today on this ride, so I'll show you a video from a prior ride where I went all the way into the end of Angeles Forest. Sorry about the sun glare. It was in the morning, so kind of riding right into it at times. Apparently the rocks at the southern end of this tunnel here are 1.7 billion years old and some of the oldest rocks in the mountains. They're called banded gneiss. I think that's how it's pronounced, G-N-E-I-S-S. Honestly, I've never stopped to look at them. Maybe I should.
Underwater world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing. Underwater world.
Here we're coming up on Big Tujunga Canyon. This is Upper Big Tujunga, not to be confused with Lower Big Tujunga, which we just passed. This runs from Angeles Forest Highway all the way to the east to Angeles Crest Highway. Sometimes referred to by riders as 9 Mile Road because it's kind of about 9 miles. It's a nice speed run too, but you got to watch for the Sheriff's Department and other knee draggers who are trying to kill themselves. I was going to take it back this way from Angeles Crest, and so the next time I get out here and the road's open, I'll make sure I record this.
Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing.
We're about to pass over to the desert side of the mountain at a point called Mill Creek. It's the highest point on Angeles Forest Highway at 4,910 feet. At Mill Creek, there's a little picnic area and some camping and trails and whatnot. There's also a Forest Service maintenance yard there. And from this point on, it's downhill to the high desert.
Down under the water, underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing down under the water. Underwater world, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna sing.
So taking a look at our little rating system for Angeles Crest and Angeles Forest Highways, they are both excellent riding, highly recommended. Though I do not recommend this for the beginner rider. This is an advanced expert set of roads. Intermediate rider, you can do it, but you got to really take your time and be cautious until you get a lot of canyon riding experience under your belt. The road itself is very well maintained, smooth 2-lane asphalt, great signage as far as where turns are coming up. Positive camber in the turns makes it a lot of fun. There's very minimal traffic except for the commuting traffic that I mentioned before, but there are lots of turnouts for them to use, but very few passing lanes. So keep in mind the time of day you do ride that. There is no traffic control, no stop signs or turn signals. The traffic signals, except for that one stop sign at Angeles Forest and Angeles Crest. But as far as riding fun factor, plenty of that to have. Lots of sweepers, twisties, elevation changes. Those big sweepers are, 100 to 270 degree turns. They're lots of fun. As far as scenery, there's plenty to see there, although I recommend stopping at the ample number of turnouts to take it all in. Mountains, canyons, desert, the forest areas, and there is some wildlife in there, but primarily you'll see that in the very early morning hours and evening mostly the chipmunks and squirrels that just dart across the road you got to watch out for. As far as amenities, you got to be really on your toes there. There is no fuel. There's nothing up there. Up further in Angeles Crest, there is a place to stop for some food and water, and we will do that next time it's open. But other than that, there's nothing around there. So definitely tank up before you go. So with that, that concludes our ride of Angeles Crest, Angeles Forest. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it through this far, please hit that like button and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know where you like to ride and where we should be looking for great places to ride. So in the meantime, ride safe, keep wrenching. Cheers.